I prefer that. I prefer having people that will fight with me over people who will just nod and say, yes, you know what you're talking about, sir. Yes, thank you very much. Yes, your toes, they taste wonderful, sir. All right, guys, we got to talk about Steven Crowder. We got to talk about this. A while ago, Steven Crowder and the Daily Wire broke apart. Now, Steven Crowder has been doing things like accusing Candace Owens of extortion, and he said that he was not receiving the right paycheck from Daily Wire, and all kinds of shit. There's a lot of stuff that's gone on. The most recent thing, though, is that apparently Steven Crowder's going through a divorce. And I would not normally comment on this because I don't give a shit who anybody is dating. I'm not. That's like internal drama, not shit that I care about. Except we had a security cam video leak that shows some interesting things. I have not seen the security cam video yet. I have just seen people's reactions to it. So this will be as live a reaction as you possibly can get from me. I have no idea how bad this is going to be. But first, let's go ahead and get into the fan art section, and then we'll go ahead and get into the content itself. So, this one is from Dark Excalibur. No, it's not. That's Dark Excalibur is the one who just commented. This one's from Fluffer Bakura. Decided to draw more Electro Neko Slime Suris, so have this sketch. Well, I appreciate the sketch. I like the energy. The eyes, they look like they're about to do terrible things to people, and I appreciate that. The next one we have here is from XLR. This one says, what better way to keep Nova safe than for Suris to lend him the hammer so he can help Sonic defeat Dr. Ivo Robotnik? Oh, fair enough. Well, I guess it's Nova with my hammer. And apparently Silver's shoes. As always, everybody, thank you all for your fan art submissions. If you want your fan art to be shown in a future video, the best way to do so is to drop it into the fan art section of the Discord. With that said, let's go ahead and get right into the topic at hand. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we have today. Okay? Okay. Pull up and book.
I drew a boundary. I drew a boundary. No, you just did it. I drew a boundary of abusive and cruel. You are not taking the car. Because if you refuse to do wifely things, then I will go pick up the groceries.
There is no groceries. I do have
steaks, wood pellets, my grill. I know it's an unreasonable request, but I'll go do it. How about you first? Hillary, how do you respect the man? Yes. How does a man respect? How does a man receive love and respect? No. How does a man respect? No, you're not taking the car.
Steven,
you're not taking the car.
Steven,
you are not.
Then I will ask them to.
I have a question. With how much money Steven has, how do they not have two cars? Just random question. The wifely things. Like, how do they not have two cars at that point? So what the fuck did I just walk in on? Said he keeps control of his wife that way. That feels fucking stupid. I feel like your wife should have a car too, right? Like, you've got a lot of money. You're Steven Crowder. You should both have cars, right? Feels weird. Like, I get it if you're a one-car household because you don't have a lot of money, but he does have a lot of money.
Would you like me to ask?
Oh, that's right.
It's not correct, Steven.
Get an Uber.
Okay, Steven, I can't.
Feeling some constraints?
Steven.
Like, I can't
Steven.
go. Listen to me. You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to my parents. I can't call my friends. I can't be home. You're going to take the car and leave me here. Hillary, just think of how boxed in you've made me.
What do you need me to pick up? I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back. That doesn't work either.
Steven,
Do you understand the difference between my life being set to the second and you going, I'll be back when I'm back?
Steven.
And making it work. Can you do that? The only way out of this is discipline and respect. It's the only way out of it, or we're at an impasse.
We are at an impasse.
Good. Because you can't have any discipline or respect.
Steven.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the dynamic is between them. I don't. But hearing him do the whole, like, you need to be disciplined and have respect, it feels weird. Feels weird.
There you go. You throw your hand. You give up so easily.
I don't give up, Steven.
Hillary,
Steven?
you give up so easily. I just said the only way out of this is discipline and respect. You said, then we're at an impasse.
Steven, no, we are at an impasse, okay? I love you, but Steven, your abuse is sick. Your abuse
Watch it.
is sick.
Watch it. Fucking watch it.
What?
I'm gonna let go. I'll
Why is he saying fucking watch it? Signed her own. Thank you for redeeming your points for an... I don't know if that's an appropriate time. What, like, when she says that he is engaging in abuse, why is his immediate response, watch it? Watch it. Said he sounds like he's talking to a dog. This is...
get what you need me to get. And I need some space. We need to just stop engaging for a little bit, okay? I love you. I love you very much.
I don't love you. That's the big problem. I've never received love from you, and the fact is, when I go, look, I need you to do A, B, C, and D, you just be disciplined about it, you go, no. But I love you more than life itself. Okay. Put on some gloves. No. But I love you more than life itself. That's not fair. That's not fair, and it's disingenuous. Hillary, you're right, we're at an impasse. Become someone, listen to me, day in and day out, worthy of a wife. No, not as a wife. I didn't say as a wife. As a wife.
What the flying fuck? Become a worthy wife. Become a wife worthy. Again, I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship. I don't. Lord knows there's easy ways to make any relationship look bad if you take something out of context. But looking at that, it looks kind of gross. And again, I have to ask the question, why do they not have two cars? If you have contracts worth millions of dollars, living in a house like that, shouldn't you know, have two vehicles? Just said, hang on, I'm gonna go grab a goddamn milkshake. Let me warm up my throwing arm.
Hillary, come on now.
I'm not gonna engage. I'm not gonna engage anymore. I'm gonna go. I'll text me what you need. I'll get you what you need. I love you. I'm committed to you.
Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm not gonna.
Are you committed enough to do those things? You're not committed to anything. You're not committed to anything. You just said I love you. I'm committed to it. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves.
I need to
Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things?
Isn't she, like, really, really pregnant? Like, unless walking the dogs is a metaphor... Put on some gloves and walk the dogs? I don't know. I've never dated somebody who's been pregnant. I've never impregnated somebody, breeding kink aside. I don't know why you would tell the person who is pregnant to go and walk the dogs. Shouldn't you be doing that for your pregnant wife?
Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm gonna just
Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to get the medication the dogs take? Don't you take that in?
As the Crowders head inside, Steven gets angrier and angrier, and by his own admission screams, "I will fuck you up," at his pregnant wife Hillary, who then flees the home. At his own okay, so it said, I believe there was dog medicine she said she thought would be harmful to the baby. Oh, so he was telling her to put on gloves. He was telling her to put on gloves and then go get the medicine? Is that what was happening there? Like, I guess that's where I'm sitting at? Okay. Okay. No thanks. Let's see what's going on here. Let's go ahead and see what... Why is... No matter how much I... Okay. Let's take a look and see what the article says here. It said being pregnant doesn't mean she can't walk the dog. I'm not saying she can't walk the dog. I'm saying if you were that far along in pregnancy, why would you be the one trying to make her walk the dog? I understand being pregnant doesn't mean you can't. Never said that. Let me see here. Conservative media host and commenter Steven Crowder can be seen on a Ring camera video berating his wife Hillary, who was at the time nearly 8 months pregnant, and demanding that she handle medicine for his dogs that she was, was concerned was toxic to pregnant women. Okay. In the video, he snaps at her to put on her gloves and give his dogs medicine, walk the dogs, and otherwise perform wifely duties, as she is clearly emotionally distressed. Towards the end of the exchange, Hillary Crowder says to your husband, your abuse is sick, and he snaps at her saying, watch it, fucking watch it. Moments later, off camera, Steven Crowder, by his admission, would lose control and scream at his pregnant wife in a threatening tone, I will fuck you up, which led his wife to flee the home. In a statement sent to me by Hillary Crowder's family, they said she spent years hiding her husband's mental and emotional abuse from her family, that he lied about the circumstances around their divorce, and that he wasn't present for the birth of their children. Documentary evidence I reviewed while reporting this story backs up their assertions. The statement in its entirety is printed later in this story. The Ring camera footage documents the moments leading up to the moment where Steven said, I will fuck you up, something that was the pinnacle of aggressiveness in their marriage, but was also part of a pattern of emotional abuse, and is posted in full at the top of the post and detailed later on. So I wouldn't want my pregnant SO out and about with my dog to take care and suddenly find out their water had broken. Yeah. You know, at 8 months pregnant, I feel like at that point you should just, like, be doing everything you can for your partner. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Neither Hillary nor Steven Crowder is contending that there was physical abuse in their marriage or sexual infidelity, and in audio files and text messages I reviewed, Crowder admits to some of his faults, which include a volcanic temper, repeatedly and at times regretfully. But according to sources I spoke with who are familiar with their relationship, Steven Crowder's admissions often came after a sustained period of mental and emotional abuse, and he didn't seem to be able to control his impulses. Oh. And for the next hour, so till 1:19 a.m., all redeems are turned into fucking uwus because Necrovades dropped a tactical nuke while we're talking about Steven Crowder potentially abusing his wife. Tasha, thank you for redeeming your points for an uwu, because there's where we are. Okay. This story is based on conversations with multiple sources, none of whom would speak to me unless they were granted anonymity. I reviewed text messages, extensive audio files, and personal videos documenting Crowder's marriage. Hillary Crowder was not available for comment or a conversation with me on more confidential terms. 2 messages sent to Steven Crowder via his website requesting comment have yet to be replied to by the time this story was published. If he does reply or comment publicly about the details posted here, the story will be updated accordingly. The Crowders were married in 2012 after dating for 2 years and being engaged for less than a year. Hillary Crowder filed for divorce in 2021 after she learned that her husband had hired a divorce attorney a month earlier. Hillary Crowder welcomed twins via cesarean section in August of 2021. Despite her best efforts, her husband was absent when the twins were born. Instead, he met their newborn twins later that day at the hospital. The night before she gave birth, Steven and Hillary exchanged a series of text messages about separating. Hillary sent her husband one of the final text messages, Steven, I'm afraid of you and your rage. You are scary. You scare me. I want to heal things, but you have to take responsibility. Stop blaming others. Stop feeling pain and sadness only for yourself. In the past 2 weeks, rumors of their divorce, which the press had not discovered for over a year, began to spread on Twitter. On Tuesday, Steven Crowder briefly spoke about the news on his popular show Ladder with Crowder. He said, in part, I've been living with a proverbial boot to my neck going for years now, since 2021. I've been living through what has increasingly been a horrendous divorce. And no, this has not been my choice. My then wife... Wait, but if Crowder got a divorce attorney a month beforehand... What? How is a divorce not your choice if you hire a divorce attorney a month before your wife does? My then wife decided she didn't want to be married anymore, and in the state of Texas, that is completely permitted. She simply wanted out, and the law says that's how it works. It's no one else's fault but my own that I picked wrong. And that certainly isn't the fault of my children. Why do you have to bring up the fact that it's legal for your wife to divorce you? Why does that matter? Shouldn't that just be the expected default in America? We have the freedom to divorce if we want to? The idea that you have to talk about that specifically tells me that maybe, just maybe, you wanted divorces to have more weight, I guess? Maybe you think that it should be illegal for your wife to divorce you? Goes on to say, Crowder bemoaned Texas's no-fault divorce laws several times in his statement. No-fault divorce laws allow either party in a marriage to get divorced without requiring cause, like abuse or infidelity. That should just be the basis, by the way. It wasn't the first time Crowder had talked about his disgust for such laws. What Crowder didn't mention was that his very private wife, who hardly appears at public events and is rarely photographed, had made a request via her attorneys that her husband not discuss their divorce at all. Steven Crowder dismissed that request and spoke about the divorce and their marriage for about 5 minutes in a clip that went viral. In a statement sent to me via email, Hillary Crowder's family said, Hillary is currently living alone in Dallas, apart from her family and support system in Michigan, and is focused on taking care of her young children. She's not prepared at this time to speak about her divorce becoming public or the misleading statements made by Steven about their relationship. The truth is that Hillary spent years hiding Steven's mentally and emotionally abusive behavior from her friends and family while she attempted to save the marriage. She was the one who was asking to work on the relationship to keep the marriage intact for their unborn children. In June of 2021, Steven left their home to pursue elective surgery. Hillary urged him to get the help he needed to address his abuse with the hope that their marriage could be saved and they could peacefully live together as a family. Instead, Steven refused to do so and has chosen to not be with his wife during the birth of their twin children. After the birth, Steven bought a townhouse and left their home permanently. Hillary was unaware that Steven had hired a divorce attorney and asked his assistant to cut Hillary off financially. There is significant documentation substantiating these facts. We hope that Steven will cease speaking publicly about these personal matters in an untruthful manner. We also look forward to there being full transparency in the legal process so there is fairness and accountability for the actions that caused the divorce, and to ensure the outcome is what is in the best interests of the young children. In the Ring camera video, by the way, that's a lot. That's a lot of information to take in. This is why sometimes it's better to just not talk about your past relationships. Sorry. If you're a public figure and you have, I don't know, abuse issues in your relationship, like you're the one abusive, you're the one with anger issues, you're the one with that, maybe don't. Maybe don't. Speaking as somebody who has anger issues and has gone to therapy because of his anger issues, speaking from experience, sometimes you're just in the wrong. Just accept you're in the wrong. In the Ring camera video, which was captured on June 26, 2021, Steven Crowder is angry as he sits on the patio smoking. Hillary Crowder is in a state of motion as she prepares to leave the house. Okay, we already did that. We already went into this. We already watched the video that talks about this. Two people who worked for Steven in the past say that he has created a cult-like atmosphere in the workplace and is intolerant of dissent. You're either fully for him or you're his enemy, one former employee told me in a conversation on Wednesday. Fuck! In an interview on Michael Malice's podcast, Dave Landau, who used to be a co-host on Louder with Crowder, said that Crowder had surrounded himself with yes-men. Landau added about Crowder, he's become the bully and he doesn't realize it. Man, I'm so happy that I've personally made it a point that anybody who does stuff with me disagrees with me on a bunch of fucking shit. I prefer that. I prefer having people that will fight with me over people who will just nod and say, yes, you know what you're talking about, sir. Yes, thank you very much. Yes, your toes, they taste wonderful, sir. Fucking yes men are useless. Yes men are only as functional as you are. And most people are not fully fucking functional. You need people who have differing perspectives and do not agree with you on everything, so that those people can keep you in check when you go out of line. Especially when you're a personality as big as Crowder. Jack Gold says, I'll fist fight you, let's go. Just come over here and I'll fucking beat the fuck out of you. You know I can. Forever Dungeon Master says, I love your content, but I can't agree with everything, and I like it that way. Good! Yes Man is useful. Is useful for ruling New Vegas as benevolent first citizen. Jesus Christ. Said I won't fight you, I'll just cry. Jesus Christ. Stop says I volunteer for getting my ass beat. It's because it makes you horny. Yes, sir. Will do, sir. Do you need the boot licked, sir? Says Dr. Apple Pie. Well, let's fucking go. Is that what I got going with my... I don't know, Aaron. I don't know, Aaron. Bold of you to assume I don't. Jack and Quill. Jack and Quill. I've learned something in my time on the internet. And it's that people who do things that are even mildly horny for me scare the piss out of me. Tsunami Sesson, thank you for redeeming your points for... Oh, whoa. Die. Crowder's career in mainstream conservative media started on Fox News in 2009, bleh, where he appeared as a guest on programs and wrote for Fox News' website until he was let go from the network. His show, Louder with Crowder, aired on CRTV and later The Blaze from 2017 through the end of his contract with 2022. Crowder's media footprint is substantial. On YouTube, his 2 channels have over 7 million subscribers and have garnered over 2.2 billion views. In addition, he has millions of followers across Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. He's a content creator. Neat. Jack and Cool says, sends you the hammer image. Which hammer image? I don't know which one we're talking about now. And I'm scared to find out. Scare you? I thought they just gave you more power? You think those horny motherfuckers give me power? Oh, no. No. You misunderstand that relationship entirely. And apparently so do I sometimes. Forever Dungeon Master, fuck off. Oh, well. There you go. There you go. There you go. Stop. Anyway. If you insist. That's not what I mean! To clarify, this one scares even me. I kind of hate it. Crowder's media footprint is substantial. On the conservative online video platform Rumble, Crowder has over 1 million followers. In March 2023, Rumble announced that at least 58,000 people had subscribed to Crowder's channel, paying $89 a year each. That would mean over 5.1 million for this particular revenue stream. And the numbers that Rumble shared were in the pre-launch phase. The numbers have grown since. It's this success and an ideological alliance that led the Daily Wire, the conservative media company. That's a message from Jack and Quill. I'm probably going to be terrified when I look at it. Oh, that one! That image! I remember that image! Yeah, I fucking hate that! Why does the hammer have boobs? Why does the hammer have boobs? You hate the image, but you drew it! You drew it! That's you problem! That's a you problem! Yeah, me too. It haunts my nightmares. You did this. You did this. This is you. This is you. This is a you problem. You screamed the whole time. Were you sitting there? Were you sitting there drawing? With just like, ah, ah. What did I come back to? You came back to nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing. Go away. It's fine. Go away. Stop! The fact that you have drawn worse does not mean anything! This is not an us problem, Jack and Quill. There is no us! It's this success and an ideological blah, 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 blah. See, there was an offer revealed to be $50 million over 4 years. Crowder would be responsible for his production costs as part of the deal. Boring later made it clear that $50 million was just an initial non-binding offer to start negotiations, and that would have likely paid much more to secure Crowder for their growing list of conservative hosts. I might hate this one more. I might hate this one more. I might actually despise this one even more. Stoff says, Jack, do I have permission to redraw that in my style? Why? Why? I can't stop any of you from doing any of this! You don't need my permission! What you seem to need is my sanity, and you're taking it! I don't want you to screw me, Stoff! You've drawn that in so many other ways! The worst part is that context aside, I actually like this drawing. It's cute. Yeah, Wonder Bread. Wonder Bread. The Wonder Bread meme. I'm going away. I need Jack's permission to redraw because it's polite to ask. Holy fucking shit. Jepatique says I don't even know that meme. Okay, the meme is basically... Guy used to commission specifically artwork of... tall, hot, blonde Aryan women buying Wonder Bread and then destroying rainforests. Eco-terrorism Nazi. That was the goal. That was the bent. That was the bent. Is it wonderful? No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is getting cut, right? Please tell me. No, Jack and Quill? No, it's not. None of that's getting cut, and I'm saying that during the recording specifically so that Raj knows not to cut it. Think of the editor. No. God damn it. Oh my god. Like so many things in his life in recent years, Crowder's temper and paranoia led him to destroy his relationship with Shapiro, Boring, and others at Daily Wire when he posted a video on his channel suggesting that the Daily Wire, without naming the company, was attempting to align itself with big tech by mentioning in their initial offer to him that if he was demonetized on social media platforms, that it would reduce his overall compensation. The Daily Wire responded that they couldn't be expected to compensate him at the initial contract rate if they were losing revenue streams they had accounted for as part of determining his compensation. Well, we're recording. It's a topic. We started with fan art. A big bruh. Hold on. The Daily Wire responded that they couldn't be expected to compensate him. We already read that part. Crowder responded to a video by Boring by playing audio from a call he had unbeknownst to Boring taped. Crowder said that the call was only the third conversation with a friend he's taped in his entire life, but in the interview with Michael Malice, Crowder's former co-host David Lindu said that Crowder would regularly tape calls with people without them knowing. I mean, there's nothing necessarily wrong when you're doing business agreements with people to tape the conversation so that you have verbal record of certain things that are, you know... Lantern, why did you drop another one? There's already a nuke in play. Red Joker, please refund Lantern's tactical nuke. We have 40 more minutes of that nuke. We have 40 more minutes of that nuke. Can't refund on mobile? Then Ivana refund? Maybe? I don't know. Just walked in, I didn't know. We're actually under a nuke right now, Lantern. While it's clear that Crowder is making millions from his conservative media mini empire, it's unclear if he will receive an offer like the one he got from Daily Wire. Again, he doesn't need an offer like that at that point, though. Crowder's willingness to publicly destroy a relationship will likely lead to other conservative media funders to be cautious about getting into business with it. The self-destructiveness is not surprising to people who know him, but still shocking given his constant concern with money, according to people who know him well. In reviewing the documentary evidence related to their marriage, Steven Crowder appears obsessed with the idea that his wife is only interested in him for money. Hillary Crowder
Speaking of money.
Trashomancer, thank you for the tier 1 subscription. We have Blizzy TTS enabled, so that's a thing. That Hillary only started dating him well before he became famous and wealthy, but she's only interested with him for his money, apparently. He was making less than $100,000 a year when they got married. On April... God, stomach acid. For those who don't know, before the stream, I had Thai curry, and I had it at the hottest level possible. Which is delicious for me, but Thai hot might cause some stomach issues. Just saying. On April 22nd, 2022, Crowder was talking on his show about his distaste for no-fault divorce. He said, if you're a woman that comes from meager means and you want to get wealthy, you've never worked, you didn't get a degree, you have no skill set, but you're good-looking, your best path to victory is simply to marry a man, leave him, and take half. So, that's not on the no-fault divorce state issue. That's on... Okay. That one right there, that is on his inability to do a prenup. That thing right there, that's because he didn't want to fucking do a prenup. That's what that is. If you have a lot of money and you are marrying somebody who doesn't have any money and you have even the slightest suspicion that they are marrying you for money, then do a prenup. How does one make Blizzy talk? Any subscription can make Blizzy talk, and any bit donation of 500 or more can make Blizzy talk. Or 500 bits or more can make Blizzy talk. That's fun fact, if you need a lot of money to keep someone interested in you, you're not all that. Yeah. But yeah, no, like, again, do a prenup. That's a thing you can do. Don't get mad at laws that literally increase the freedom of everybody around you because of your inability to use laws that are available to you.
Pride 100, Pride 100, Pride 100, Pride 100, Pride 100, Hi I Blizz Blap.
Alright, I'm gonna have to find a way to stop that part from happening. Said, what is a prenup? So a prenup is when you go into a marriage and you say, okay, if we divorce, this is the way things get allocated. So you can have a prenup that says that we walk in with the items we walked in with, and any items that are in one person's name do not get divvied between the two of them. So a business that you start would be in your name in the prenup, and therefore not given, or the funds from the business given to the person that you are in a relationship with in the event of a divorce. That's the point of a prenup, is to secure the financial assets of both parties before they get into a legally binding marriage. Yeah, it's just a contract before you get married. To hopefully make sure that, you know, in the event of a divorce, things function more like a regular breakup and less like a, you know, divorce where things like alimony are thrown out. So it also has contingencies for like cheating and stuff. Yeah, so like if you don't like being in a no-fault state because you don't have to do things like deal with infidelity, then put infidelity as one of the courses in the prenup. Put infidelity as one of the things in the prenup that is handled by that contract. Steven's inability to use the law to his advantage is not the problem of everybody else who likes having, you know, freedom. Speaking of freedom, Shadow Wolf, thank you for redeeming your points for an ooh, because nukes are a thing, and I have to say ooh when people make me say the fucking words. Anyways. By the time Crowder said this, it had been 5 months since he retained a divorce attorney, but his audience was unaware of the move. 6 months later, he would walk away from the $50 million opening offer from the Daily Wire. 4 months after the news from the Daily Wire... 4 months after the news of the Daily Wire offer becoming public in 2023, and his comments about the proposal led to the destruction of his relationship with Ben Shapiro and Jeremy Boring, the public would learn about the dispute with the Daily Wire was one of the least of Steven Crowder's problems. Red Joker, thank you for the 500 bits. You got cucked. You got cucked. Damn, the cooldown went into effect. When people try to make Blizzy say naughty things, most of them get hit with redacted. So, at least there's that. Anyway, so there is where a lot of the conversation around Steven Crowder is sitting right now. I would say he's the most divorced man on Twitter at the moment, but that would be ignoring the existence of Glinner. Now, you can make the claim that
Steven Crowder allegedly has a small PP. So small.
Ravi, thank you for the 500 bits. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. This is a better use of interactivity than the Chaos Skulls, where Ivana managed the refund, from what I understand. But you could say, like, this is all really innocuous. Marriage having issues means you get into arguments all the time. If you're married, then, you know, things are not always the best in the world, blah, 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 blah. You could try to argue that, you know, hey, everybody has heated discussions from time to time. While this is true, I'm just going to go ahead and say, I'm sorry, but you don't make excuses. Like, even when you're in the middle of the heated discussion, you should still take responsibility for the things you have said. Just saying that. This does show, though, that Steven Crowder isn't necessarily just playing a character on his show. Like, he's actually just a condescending fuck who has a bad temper and burns bridges with people and lives in a pool of his own arrogance. It's also very, very awkward for someone like Steven to be like, you're not doing your wifely duties when somebody's 8 months pregnant. And, you know, inhibited by that. Did Crowder take accountability? Yeah, apparently that's not a thing he's able to do. Apparently that's not a thing he's able to do very well. It should be noted, the video is from 2021. Have you seen the security footage? That's what we showed just a second ago. The video is from 2021. There is a chance that Steven has gotten better since then. There is a chance of that. Ivana Dragmeyer, thank you for redeeming your points for an... Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. There. Fucking... I hate that I set those things. I should have never had interactivity as part of my streams. Interactivity was a mistake. Interactivity was a mistake! We also have a hype train right now. We have a hype train while talking about a divorced man. Awkward. But, okay, so, thing is, there is a chance, small however it may be, that Steven might be a better person from this relationship onward. Maybe. Thank you for the hydrate stuff. But that is me trying to give as much of the benefit of the doubt as I possibly can. Because a year was the amount of time that I was in therapy myself for dealing with a lot of my issues. I don't know if he's gone and sought professional help. I don't know if he's taken accountability for who he was in the past in a way that is significant. I don't know that. But I also know that he hasn't changed the style of his content, so I'm going to judge him on that. Said he has to get away from Republican family values and such first. Yeah, family values. Family values. Anybody who looks at stuff like this and goes like, oh, it's not that bad. Is that how you talk to people? When somebody's like, hey, you're doing a thing that hurts me. Watch it! Watch it! Watch it! Is that a thing that you do, generally speaking? I don't think so. I don't. Theazol, thank you for the follow. Thank you very much for the follow. But that's the end of this for me. I've given my opinions on this. While there is a chance that Steven may have improved from this point on, I don't know. I don't know what's gone on inside the dude's head. I don't know where he's at right now. Again, professional help can help a lot of people, even somebody as far gone as Steven. The biggest problem, though, is that he has to, at the very much, take into account that he has made mistakes. He has to accept that he is part of his own problem first. But let me know what you guys think of in the comment section below. Ariane, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. As always, everybody, insert end the video tagline here.